Welcome back to another episode of Toy Collector Review with me, Sergeant Geek, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Predator Necca figures, and I also have some video game figurines that I want you to check out today. We got a couple from the Gears of War 4, we got one from the Mass Effect Andromeda, and we also have one from Titanfall 2, and I have the classic Metal Gear Solid 3 Solid Snake figure. So we're going to take a look at those today. So let's not mess around, let's just jump into it and let's go head over to the turntable.
Alright guys, now the first Predator action figure I have for you guys is this guy right here. He is a green colored Predator. I tried looking him up online. I'm unable to find out what type of Predator he is. I've had him since 2010, but if you take a look at him, he has very little armor on him. All the armor and all the detailing that Necca's went and did to these action figures is really amazing. They really take their time and make sure they get all the details right. He is a very cool figure. If you're one that likes the Predator movies or just likes the action figures, this is one you definitely got to get in your collection. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at some more Predator figures that I have on my shelf. Alright guys, now this one I was able to find out his name online, and this one is called Big Red, as you can see, because of the color of the armor. But if you take a look at the way he's got his swords positioned on his hip, the actual belt that goes around his hip, and the way his armor is, to me the first thing I think of when I look at this figure is a samurai warrior. He depicts a samurai warrior to me. That's my opinion. I think it's cool. I like the way this figure is. He's got the blades coming down off the hand as well. It is a very cool figure, and once again, Necca has done a phenomenal job with the detail on it. But let's go ahead. We got some more figures to look at, guys, so let's go ahead and look at the next figure on this list. Alright guys, once again with a quick Google search, I was able to find out that this here is a Stalker Predator. Now as you can see, he has little to no armor. He actually comes with his compressed staff, and he comes with that throwing circular blade of his and a small pouch. Now once again, can't say it enough with these figures, the detail on them, the points of articulation on them. You can set them up in all different types of poses. They're just really cool figures. Once again, Necca, as always, has outdone themselves. But let's go ahead. We got one more Predator figure, and then we're going to go into our game figures. So let's check out this next Predator figure right here. Alright guys, now with this figure here, I was not able to obtain his name from Google. So if you guys do know what type of Predator this is, leave me a comment in the comment section below with the name, so this way I can properly display it up on my shelves. Now as you can see, his armor type is a little bit different than the other ones. He doesn't really have much front armor, but as you can see, he has a back armor that also comes with that shoulder firing projectile. Now you can angle that shoulder firing projectile in many different ways. You can store it on the back, you can put it up on the shoulder and position it whichever way you want to fire. Once again, Necca has did a lot of details on these figures, and they show on every one, no matter which way you want to position them, with all the crazy points of articulation. They make great display pieces. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's check out some of these game icon figures that I have here. Let's check them out right now. Alright guys, now the first figure we're going to be looking at from the game series is from Gears of War 4, and this one comes from the McFarlane toy line. I believe it's their Color Tops series, and once again, I don't really consider these figures as more statues, because you really can't, they don't have a lot of articulation in them. They're pretty much set up to be displayed, and that's pretty much all you can do with them. But once again, the McFarlane toy line, they did an awesome job on the details. Now I never really played this game. I actually went and looked up some videos on YouTube to see what it was about. It seems like a cool game. I'm eventually gonna get into it, But this is a cool figure right here. I love the detail on it, and once again, it makes a great display piece, especially if you're into the Gears of War series. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at another game figure. Alright guys, now the next figure we have from McFarlane Toy Line is once again from the Game of War series. It is Marcus Phoenix. Now, I did play part 1 and 2 and a little bit of part 3. They were really cool games, and to actually have this figure up on my shelf for display is really cool. I love the detail that they put on the figure, and especially the gun that he carries. Once again, this is a really cool figure. Like always, Todd McFarlane's toy line is amazing when it comes to detail. Once again, he has some articulation in it. This one has a little bit more than the Kate Diaz one, but I still consider them statues because you really can't do much with them with the articulation. But they do make great display pieces. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at another game character. Alright guys, the next game figure we're going to look at from McFarlane Toy Line is from Titanfalls 2, and it is the pilot Jack Cooper. Now once again, McFarlane has did an excellent job on the detailing on here. His sidearm is actually removable. The knife will actually come out of the sheath, and it has a lot of detail to it and is a great figure. And I love the way they got the pose set up for him. This is an awesome figure right here. Now once again, I played Titanfall 1. I've never played part 2, but just looking at this figure, I'm eventually going to get into it when I get a chance to actually turn on some of my game consoles. But until then, I have this figure here on my shelf to display from the game, and it's just an amazing piece. But let's go ahead and let's check out the next game figure on this list. Alright guys, the figure we have here is from the Mass Effect Andromeda line. Now once again, I don't really play Mass Effect games. I'm not a real big fan of them, but I did check out some YouTube videos to check out some of the scenes from the game to see how accurate this action figure is to the character in the video game, and it is almost identical. It is really cool, and once again, McFarlane Toys has really went all out and got the details down to this character on this figure. It is really cool, and it looks awesome on the shelf along with all the other figures that I have up there. But guys, let's go ahead and let's check out the next figure on this list. Alright guys, now the last figure we're going to look at on this video is of a Metal Gear Solid, and this one comes from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Now this figure right here is pure 100% statue. There is absolutely no articulation in the legs, and there is very little articulation in one arm, and that's the arm that's actually holding the firearm. But the detail to everything else, to the sculpting and everything, is really cool. Now I just found out online that some of the Metal Gear action figures from the original game are available, so I'm going to be getting those here soon. So once I get those, you best believe that I'm going to be putting those on display and making a video so you guys can check those out as well. I had them back in the early 90s. They were really cool, but during that collection, I did lose that collection in a move when I moved to Texas. But I will be getting them back soon. But that's it guys. That's the end of these action figures for this video here. Hope you like them. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps it up for this video right here. Once again, if you like the content that I'm putting on this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time I put out a new video. Don't forget, leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any type of figures or any type of collectibles you want me to display on this channel. I'll do my best to try to get that for you guys. And once again guys, don't forget, once we hit that 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing our subscriber giveaway. I got 5 prizes all lined up, primed and ready to go. All we need to do is just make that 100 subscriber mark, and I'll get that contest started right away. Once again, this is Sergeant Geek, and I'm signing off.